Get it!
Oh, you missed it!
Open the door! Get it out of the door!
Oh, damn it, Joe!
Sorry.
Who brings a duck to a recording session, for heaven's sake?
I thought it would add a dash of colour.
To a radio show?
Ow! It bit me!
I'm sorry.
No, get off the FX rack, you bastard bird!
Oh, great, now it's cracked on the electrics.
We can do the show if we sound like this.
I hope you're happy now, Joe. I'm really sorry. There's only two options. Get the shotgun or release the clown.
Whoa, steady on. There's no need for drastic measures.
Yeah, sorry. What was I thinking? Shotgun it is.
And now it's time for the weather, sponsored by WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Hello from London, England. I'm Chuck Doodledandy,
And I'm Ed Hyperbole.
bringing you the weather here in the UK, courtesy of WWF, a pay-to-view event. What's coming across the Atlantic, Ed?
Well, we got a one-on-one matchup in the Total Oblivion Rumble when Blunt Force Trauma goes head-to-head with the Underwearer in a total destruction event, Chuck.
Holy cow, Ed! I can't wait for that! But what about the weather?
Well, we've got Hurricane Bitch Slap sweeping across the Atlantic from the eastern seaboard.
Hurricane Bitch Slap? Why, man, she's a Category 5.
Sure is. She ripped right through Georgia and the Florida Panhandle last week.
I know! I was in Augusta for the Total Annihilation Slam Down, and Stonewashed Steve Mondeo was literally blown away!
Weren't you warned by the state troopers to evacuate, Chuck?
I was! But I'm a knucklehead, Ed.
Well, Bitch Slap's gonna hit the Lizard about 1 a.m. standard UK time.
Holy mackerel! Who's the Lizard?
It's a Cornish Peninsula in Cornwall, England, Chuck.
Oh, wait, hold on 1 minute. I think you're wrong. Wasn't the Lizard the guy that murdered Jack Shit in Interstate Raw 2?
No, you're thinking of the Salamander in WWF. Holy cow, that's steep. There goes my mortgage on-demand arena fight night.
Oh, okay, right.
And it's raining in Leicestershire right now, and dull in Wellwyn Garden City.
Wellwyn Garden City?
Yep, that's not a weather report, Chuck. It's a fact of life.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ed, but wasn't it in the Square Gardens that Mac the Knife challenged Postman Pat for the supreme overstated importance belt in a no-holds-barred bout, sponsored by USViolence.com and choreographed by the Royal Ballet School of Covent Garden, London, when Pat ripped off both Mac's legs before being run over by an American La France ladder truck and surviving to beat the count?
No!
Okay, Ed. I guess it's gonna rain here in Hounslow too, huh?
Sure thing, Chuck. Sure thing.
Ugh, crap.
That was the weather report. And all next month, WWF will be presenting Springwatch.
Release the clans!
Hi, Sarah. I heard your broadcasts, and I have to say, you intrigue me. Feisty lady, seeing off Ralph like that. Don't blame you either. He was weak. No room for weakness these days. No, you'd be welcome here, in my humble dominion. Doug Malone's the name. Yes, that Doug Malone. You'll remember me as writer-producer of such Europop classics as Bam Bam, Bam Bam Bam, by DJ Alonso and MC Saucisson, and the Sexy Chickies Bikini Tits. Tits. Believe it or not, that lot earned me enough moolah to buy a castle, with a moat, and pay for a security detail who stuck with me through these trying times in exchange for certain assurances. We cleared out all the zombies, pillaged the local army base, and here we are, living free. Survivors keep turning up, and there's something here for everyone. Some join security, some work the farm. Of course, nobody has to do anything. They can leave any time they want. As for you, Sarah, well, life couldn't be easier. The young ladies here only have 2 jobs to do, and there can be as much as 9 months between them. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. Broodmare is such an ugly phrase. I prefer courtesan. That's not so bad, is it? In exchange for security. Come on, Sarah, you know it makes sense.
Release the clowns.
And the main phone socket is in here.
Thanks, Miss Davis.
Oh, call me Connie.
Call me Connie. Call me Connie.
You've got a parrot. Beautiful. What's its name?
Polly.
Polly Parrot.
How clever. Hello, little Polly. How are you doing?
Fair to middling. Fair to middling.
She's a card. Anyway, don't you worry, Connie. I'll soon have your phone and broadband up and running again.
Oh, that would be great. Tea?
Oh, lovely, thanks. Milk and 2 for me, please.
Milk and 2. Milk and 2.
That's amazing.
Back in a bit.
Help. She's turned me into a parrot.
What?
She's a witch, and she turned me into a parrot.
But what? I mean, you're a...
Princess. I'm Princess Maria Eleanor von Wittenberg of Saxony. She kidnapped me when I was 17 and turned me into a parrot.
What?
She's coming back. Keep strum, keep strum.
Would you like a biscuit? I've got hobnobs.
Yeah, thanks. Your bird's very talkative.
Oh, is she being cheeky? Are you being cheeky?
Cheeky Polly, cheeky Polly.
Don't pay any attention. She's always talking nonsense. Back in a bit.
Whatever you do, don't drink the tea or eat the biscuits.
Why not?
Because she laces them with a magic potion that turns you into a bird.
But that's unbelievable. That's crazy.
As crazy as holding a conversation with a highly articulate bird.
This isn't a conversation. You're just mimicking stuff you've overheard.
Don't be a fool, Darren. You've got to do what I ask. Damn, here she comes again. Ahem. Polly, want a cracker?
Here you go, Darren. Oh, are you all right? You look a bit pale.
No, I'm fine. Fine.
Okay. I've got to hang up the washing. Do you want to try the tea before I go to make sure I got it right?
Actung, actung.
Oh, simmer down, Polly. We watched Where Eagles Dare on the telly last night and it's given her ideas. Now, that tea?
I'm sure it's fine.
Okie dokie. See you in a mo.
Good work, Darren. You've just saved your life. Now, let me out of this cage.
I don't know. Maybe I'm hallucinating. Maybe I had a bad prawn in that boona last night.
Don't overthink it, Darren. Birds can't hold conversations. You are currently having a conversation with a bird. Therefore, reality isn't what you thought it was.
I suppose.
And therefore, when I say you've got to let me out of this cage and kiss me on the beak in order to break the spell, then that must be true. Just do it, Darren. When I'm a woman, I'm very attractive, and I will be very grateful.
No need for that. I'll do it anyway. I must be mad.
Now, break the spell and kiss me, Darren. Kiss me with all the passion you have in your heart.
Okay.
Lick it, lick my beak. Lick my beak. Lick it.
I was just wondering if you want a bit of Battenberg. What on earth are you doing?
Well,
Naughty boy, naughty boy.
Oh, that's disgusting. Get out.
The parrot made me do it.
Out.
All right.
Oh, people like you make me sick.
Pervert, pervert.
No, it's the parrot that's a pervert. She said she's a princess and that you turned her into a parrot because you're a witch and I had to snog her to break the spell.
You're insane.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Bloody bird.
Go on. Out.
Polly got tongue, Polly got tongue. Sucker, sucker.
Release the clowns.
Hello. Sarah? My name's Maurice. I heard your message and I thought, she sounds lovely. Sorry, Sarah. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Don't really know what's the matter with me. I'm sure I'll be right as rain in no time. I enjoy long country walks, rom-coms and gourmet cooking. Although right now, I'm experiencing a rather powerful craving for raw offal. My real passion is pottery. I'd love to sit at a wheel with you, Sarah. That's curious. My arm just fell off. Well, with your help, I'm sure pottery isn't completely off the table. It would be just like Ghost. With me is to me, of course. Actually, you may have to do the lion's share of pottery. I can watch.
Release the clowns. So sorry to hear about you and Dave splitting up. How are you doing?
All right. Adjusting to living on my own, but it's hard.
Well, you were together for ages, but the split was amicable, right?
Well, I thought so, but now I'm not so sure.
Oh, why?
I keep finding things he must have broken on purpose when he left.
On purpose? Dave does not seem the type. I always thought he was a bit beta.
Me too. But take this bin, for example.
What about it? Apart from it being really full.
It doesn't empty itself anymore.
Empty itself?
Yeah, it used to magically empty itself, and now rubbish is everywhere.
Oh, that's normal. Dave must have been taking out the bins for you.
No, he broke it when he moved out, just to upset me.
Honestly, Julie, you'll just have to do it yourself on bin day.
OK then, what about the front door? He broke that. When he left, he slammed it really hard.
It seems fine.
It doesn't self-lock anymore.
Self-lock?
Yeah, it doesn't bolt itself at night since Dave left. He clearly broke it on purpose.
No, Jules. Dave must have locked the door every night.
I don't buy it.
Look, Julie, now he's not living here, you have to do these things yourself.
I know. At least he fixed the toilet.
Oh, how?
Well, since Dave left, the seat stays down all the time.
Eagle, release the clouds.
Yes, master.
Silver Lining, this season's must-see teen movie. Join the crew at Silver Lining High and watch as the kooky girl from the wrong side of the tracks gets an inappropriate makeover from the vapid alpha girl who is later tricked into a reputation-destroying public confession by the beta library guy who writes poetry and is a non-threatening shoulder to cry on after the slightly rapey jock who plays a sport no one in the UK quite understands gets his comeuppance. Silver Lining, the teen movie with that 80s actor fresh from rehab playing one of the parents in an ironic way, featuring that actress that was formerly in a canceled TV show as a relatable teacher, and starring actors barely older than embryos. Silver Lining, the teen movie that luckily now won't be made. Silver Lining.
Now, release the clowns, precious.
Hello? Sarah? Are you there, Sarah? It's me, Ralph. Sorry I'm taking so long to get to you. I'm afraid I hit something of a roadblock. It was all going so well, too. I made a friend, you know, Anthony. Lovely young man, extremely strong. I came across him battling his way out of a veritable army of zombies. Axe in each hand, shirt off, muscles rippling, glowing he was, like a Greek god. Yes, an extraordinarily fit, strong, athletic young man. Anyway, once we, mostly him, had dealt with that vast horde, we fell in together. We got to talking over supper that night. Anthony proved most proficient at both building fires and hunting squirrels. Shoots up a tree, twists and grabs them in midair as they leap away. Remarkably fast, agile, flexible young man. He was terribly intrigued by my zombie gut suit. I was fascinated to hear that he'd lost his parents as a teenager and raised 3 younger siblings by himself. Such a natural parent. He supported them by working as a model. Also, he told me about the PhD in horticulture he'd been pursuing. Re-establishing agriculture in the event of societal collapse or some such. Brilliant young man, really. Then I told him about you. Very keen to know all about you, he was. After that, it all goes a bit vague. Suffice to say, I woke up alone. Naked. In a sewer. Anthony, it appears, had doinked me over the head and stolen my zombie suit. I imagine he's found you by now. Still, mustn't grumble. At least he didn't leave me to the mercy of the zombies. He must have lifted up a manhole cover, the strength, and lowered me down, which was kind of him. And guess what? There's no zombies in the sewer. Bliss. I didn't starve either. It's amazing how much sustenance you can get from sucking a fatberg. And you'll never guess where I am now. The control room at the Arndale Centre, right back where I started. I came up under here after 3 days wandering the sewers in a daze. You know, my Mary always said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So I'm making a new suit. Then I'll be on my way to you, though I'm sure Anthony will be there by now. Yes, I'm sure he will have had no trouble reaching you, a genetic gold mine like him. If he is there, can you ask him to keep Mary's ring safe for me?
Release the Clown starred Gemma Layton, Phil Whelans, Casper Michaels, Holly Meachin, Alex Marion, Karen Morden, Joe Clegg, Nick Hildred, Phil Nice, Martin Hyder and Joe Tilley. It was written by Alex Marion, Nick Hildred, Zoe Brown and Alf Oldman. The social media Regency buck is Dan Willis, and the show is pickled in aspic and sold for 1,000 guineas an ounce by Nick Hildred and Alex Marion. We're proud members of the No Phony Podcast Network, so if you want more fun, give them a look-see. Want to hear people trying to make sense of a nonsensical world? Then try the Talking Codswallop podcast. And if you like film sequels, you'll love the Deuce podcast, which is dedicated to discussing follow-up films. Right, back to work. Alex, where'd you put those pickling jars? See you in 2.